All right, good morning, guys. Long time no see. For those of you who have been following along with my channel and subscribers, I apologize. I'll catch you guys up with what's been going on lately for the reason for no uploads in the past. I think this has been a month and a half, maybe 7-8 weeks maybe, that I haven't uploaded a video, which I've never done this before. Man, I'm all, where's my light at? I've never went that long without uploading a video. I've been pretty consistent of a weekly upload for the past, I don't know, 4 or 5 years. And I just kind of disappeared there for a while. But I had my daughter got married. I'll explain it to all you guys. For the most of you who clicked the video, who are new to my channel, y'all don't want to hear about what's been going on. You just want to see what we built. I'm fixing to show you guys. So if you have been following along, you know I've got the red 5x8 cargo trailer. I picked it up in October of last year, not this past October, or maybe it was this past October. I don't know. I don't think I've had it a full year yet, so maybe it was the past October. But I've been working on it hard. Like, I've got a lot of stuff done. During this little break, I hate that the light's all messed up out here, y'all. During this little break that I took from YouTube, past few weeks, I've been getting a lot done to it, but I've also incorporated some help. I had a buddy of mine, and you're going to get to meet him in the future because he's got a really cool build I'm going to share with you guys in the next couple of weeks. He's super talented cabinet maker. You'll see why I decided to work with him. But he's been following along with my build for the past few months, every day, coming over and hanging out. And he's been begging to do my cabinets in the rear kitchen that we built. And I'm usually the type of guy, if I build something, I like to do all of my own stuff. I like to figure things out and, DIY. I like to do it all myself. But I knew that even the best cabinets that I could possibly make would probably be worse than the worst cabinets that he could possibly make. He's that good. And one day he come over, just a short story for you guys. He come over and he asked me, hey, bring the camper over, I'll build the cabinets. And I'm like, no, man, I'm gonna build my own cabinets. And then the next day he was like, I sure would love to build these cabinets. And then I got to thinking about it, and I was like, you know what, they're gonna look great. So anyway, I took the trailer to him. My camper's literally been in his shop for the past month. That's why you haven't seen it on the channel really. And cabinets are finished. I am 99.9% finished with this, almost ready to camp. I got little things to do. I'll show you a little touch-up paint. I got to mount the 4 corner jacks for the stabilization and a few other things, not a whole lot, but I could camp in it like it is. But I cannot wait to show you guys the kitchen, how the kitchen turned out, how the interior turned out. I'm not sure what the last video was that I shot with you guys on this trailer, but the power's completely finished. It's fully off grid. We can do AC, heat, the fireplace works, like the tunnel leading up into the tent, it works. I'm hoping that I can pull this thing out. I'm trying to beat some storms right now. If you can see behind me, see that coming right through there? We've been getting hit with a storm, and then the sun will come out in the storm, and the sun will come out. But my plan is I've got the trailer hooked to the side-by-side. I wanted to yeet it out here in the backyard really quick, pop it up so I can literally just walk you guys through the setup, show you how the tent's gonna work. And then I've got the little things that I'm gonna finish up, like the corner jacks and the paint and stuff. And in the next video, when we actually take it out and camp, you'll get to see this thing, camping, the water working and the tent popped up and the shower, everything will be finished up by then. But let me pull it out and see if I can beat this rain, and I'll show you guys how it turned out. I don't mind it getting wet. I just don't want it to come a turd floater while I've got the tent popped up. And as y'all can see, this thing is still pretty lightweight. So I am gonna leave it hooked to the side-by-side just in case I have to emergency back it back up under there. But as you can see, Everything on this side still looks the same. I did 3D print some plugs. If you guys remember, there were big latches and stuff that I had to take care of a few things. And back here, I had to 3D print some fake hinges, which I need to finish sealing them up. But from about this far away, you can tell it looks pretty good. This one I'm going to redo because it turned out to be crooked only because the holes that were put back here when this used to be over here. If you guys that have been following remember, when I bought this trailer, the door hinged on this side, and I didn't want that. I wanted the kitchen to open like this on the same side as the awning and the walk-in door. I can hear the rain coming, but I'll show you around back really quick and then we'll pop it up if we can. So here is the water heater that I installed. I think maybe the last video on this camper, I told you guys this is where we were going to put it in. I got it completely plumbed in and it works great. It's instant hot water with a touch screen to control everything. I installed, that's a 30 amp RV hookup, so I can actually just plug this thing up at a campsite and it'll switch from my batteries to the shore power instantly. I added this little 12 volt waterproof plug here, so I've got a built-in, and I'll show you inside when we get in there, I've got a 3-bank charger going on the batteries. So when it's just parked here at the house, I can keep a trickle charge on my batteries without having to worry about the solar panels and stuff like that. Back here, still the same. This is that box that I built. It's got the fan on the inside, this guy right here. And when I turn the fan on the inside, it'll pump the cold or hot air from the inside of the camper out through here. I got a tube that hooks onto here that then plugs into the rooftop tent so we can heat and cool the tent. This is that box that we built custom, or actually the same guy who built this box is the guy that built the cabinets that I'm fixing to show you. The ladder's still over here. But let me show you, before we show you the kitchen is going to be the big surprise. Man, we might have to cut this video in short and then film the rest of it in a minute. So look at this. And I can turn power on. So this is how I ended up doing my power. I've got it so I can flip this. When I turn that on, it turns power on to everything except for my inverter. This button will turn the inverter on and off. Everything in this camper runs off of regular 12 volt power, which is good to go right now. I can hit the interior light button and then the interior lights turn on. You can see how clean it looks. He did such a good job. And you'll see in a minute why we have this little bit of wood showing and this little bit of color here when we get to the kitchen. But as you can see, that interior light, these birds are fixing to drive me nuts.
If I had a rock, I'll bust your head.
The switch, I've got a button that says Halo, and I did that one because if you watch the little tunnel, boom, those lights light up the tunnel that you can get in and out of the rooftop tent, which is really cool. I can't wait to actually use this and show you guys how it works. But I've got those lights mounted right here. It's just 2 of them, but I love the way it turned out because I can turn the interior lights off, and that little tunnel light is almost like a skylight. It gives just enough light inside here. I'm sorry about these birds. I don't know what's going on. They're in the top of that tree just going at it right now. But I've got all of these buttons are tied into something right now. I've got the rear one for the rear kitchen. I've got the fan in the ceiling. If I turn this on, it turns my fan on. And I can turn it on and off right here with this button. I've got a fireplace built in here. Now this is wired into the 110. So if I push this, I can turn on my regular 110 power. And what that does is that feeds the fireplace, my air conditioner. The TV is a 110 TV, so it'll boot up. And now you can see I got power here, so I can turn that on. And I don't know if y'all how well you can see because of the lights. Let me turn the lights off in here. You might be able to see a little bit better. But it's an actual fireplace that pumps out pretty good heat. And then you can see the lights turned on for the back of the TV. And that's what the 12 volt runs. I've also, let me turn everything off. I've also got a wire ran to the back that I got to finish installing for the 12 volt because I put an outlet in at the kitchen and that will be where we can plug in like crock pots and stuff like that. But let's turn this back on. I'm gonna turn the rear lights on, because now we're gonna go to the kitchen. I'll show you the interior, the battery and stuff in a little bit. This is that custom cushion that I ordered for the bench. If you've been following, you kind of seen in the last video the battery situation, and I'll open it all the way up in a minute. But there's the water pump, the water heater, the Renogy setup, the 2 batteries. I got all kind of stuff. I even have a KingPin light in there for the storage. I can hit that little cargo button and it gives me light to be able to see if I need to get in there and work on something. Here's the fold-up table that I added. It folds up perfect, and you can just sit right here, stare out the window, and eat a meal or whatever. Even though this is a tiny trailer, you can actually stand up in here. I mean, you guys can tell how nice this actually looks to be a 5x8 cargo trailer. If you followed along and you were with me on the first video, you guys remember what this used to look like. And it's come a long way. All right, so the storm may be getting here now, so I'm gonna rush and try to show you guys the kitchen. I don't want it to get wet though. And the rain is falling. I'm sorry if it feels like this is a rushed video, but I'm trying my best not to get rained on. But check out the kitchen, y'all. How cool is this? There are a few things that I got to finish up. I literally just got this back from him. Like I am building a brace to be able to hold this door at a 90, because can you guys see the door right here? I might have to turn you a little bit. The door, he built a custom fold down table on the side right here. So I actually have a 90-degree kitchen. Let me see if I can turn you a little bit. There you go. So you can see this door. I'm gonna have it where it locks at 90, and then I'll also have it right here. He ended up incorporating my son's Red Ryder BB gun in here that kind of just hangs. And you can take it off and actually use it if you wanted to, but it kind of just, it goes with the aesthetics of how he likes to build cabinets and stuff. I'll give you guys an up close look here in just a minute. But I've got this drop down custom handmade table. You can't buy stuff like this, guys. Like you can't just go to the store and get something like this. This is all handmade, custom by somebody who's made cabinets their whole life, and he absolutely knocked it out of the park. You can kind of tell that he's old school by the way he did it. It's inset cabinets. Everything clears perfectly. There is so much storage in these cabinets. We should be able to fit everything we need. My wife and I have so much room back here, which I'm glad, because if you remember the interior of the camper where I built out everything, I didn't have room for storage. By the time I was done, the plan was just to carry all of our gear in like our bags or a tote. Back here, he gave me a lot of storage. He didn't like my little sliding door, mainly because you could only slide it so far because it would hit my IceCo handle here. So he decided to go ahead and put me a hinge here, and now I have a cabinet under the sink, which the sink I've got plumbed into the water. Everything works perfect. You can see the wires here. I've got to finish running all the wires just in this area, which they're already here. I've got them where they need to go. I just got to finish hooking them up. But I had to move everything out of the way so that he could do his work with the backsplash. This is all PVC board backsplash on top of my stainless steel top that I put in. I had to make sure everything was out of the way so he could do his magic, which he absolutely killed it. Let me show you guys up close really quick. But now you guys can see why we got that little touch of color and that little touch of wood on the inside of the trailer. He wanted something in there to tie it together, and I think he did a phenomenal job. I mean, this, I could have never built the cabinets like this, and that little pop of color that you see when you come in here just matches the cabinets perfectly. I mean, is that old school or what? I absolutely love that little touch of the mint color that's in there. And then it just pulls out. It pulls the black in the fridge out, and it pulls the white out. The stainless steel top looks really good there. He built this. This is like a compression or torsion box, the way he described it, how he built it. So it's lightweight. It's not like a big heavy chunk of wood. He even put his initials in there before he put the lacquer on. Keith Pope. He's really good at it, and I can't wait to show you guys his custom built, hand built tiny camper that he runs. He's got a little square drop, and he actually built his from scratch, frame and all. Unlike me, I started with an actual cargo trailer. But you can see how good these doors turned out. I'm having to, let me let this come on around. I don't have any hangers up yet, and the wind's wanting to blow my door, and I don't want it to mess anything up. But I will have a way to be able to lock it at 90 and then a little past 90. I'm working on that now. Let me show you in here. Look how much room we have. And this 5x8 camper, you would never guess that when you open the back door that you would see a kitchen that looks like this, with storage that looks like this. He even blacked out the ceiling. I had the lights. I'm glad I installed the lights further out. I knew I was going to put cabinets in here, so I made sure that the lights were further out, and they ended up working perfect. He's got crown molding in this thing. The cabinets, I mean, he put a little squeaky thing in there because it matched my color. But all I've got left to do are little things. I got to paint the backs of the doors. I've got to finish blacking out behind here. You can see he did a little bit here, but where the fridge pulls out, I've got to black out. I don't know if you guys can really see, but I didn't finish painting that in there, so you can see it. I got to finish blacking that out, but it's nothing major, nothing really big that I got left to do. This is campable right now. These are the switches I got to finish wiring up. This is my thermostat. He wasn't sure if that's exactly where I wanted it, so he had it taped up right there, but that's going to work out perfect. This is for my water, so I can turn the water on. When I turn the water on, I can control the temperature of the water, turn the water heater on and off right here. This is going to control my lights right here, and then this is going to turn my water pump on and off to the sink, which we got our sink right here. If you watched all the videos, you remember I put the sink in many videos back, many episodes back, but I love how he did this. On this one above the sink, he kept that mint color back here, which looks so good. I never would have guessed that that color would have been what I went with for this build, but it just turned out so great. He built this. This is for plates. Our plates are actually going to be able to stand up right here, and we could stack up to like 10 if we wanted to, but I think we're just going to we're going to put in our camping stuff, you know, our camping dishes and silverware and stuff like that, find a home for everything, and just leave it in the camper. That way, when we're ready to go camping, I can just hook this thing up to the back of the Tacoma, and we can head out. I absolutely love how this looks when it's set up like this. And once I get that prop built, it should stay like that. And he even built it, look, it being on a hill right now, I don't know how close it'll be, but this is how perfection he is. He told me he built the height of this to be perfect with the height of this. And you want to see how good he is? That's how close he got it. I mean, even on this hill, this camper's parked going downhill right now, and it just lines up perfectly. And then he's got it to where it just folds up. You pull this little pin right here, it drops in. Really simple stuff, nothing too crazy. The Red Rider hangs right above it. It almost looks like a mantle where you can actually set stuff. And in the next episode, when we actually take this out, set it up and do some camping with it, you guys will get to see how everything works. I'll have the thermostat mounted, I'll have the wiring finished, all the little touch-up paint that I got left to do, like behind all these cabinet doors. I need to go ahead and get that on there. I don't want to take it out and use it and risk anything getting wet before it's sealed up. So that's my job this week. Now that I've got it back, I can do that little bit of stuff. And then I can also put the corner jacks on. You know, I've had them forever. I just haven't, I've been putting other things ahead of doing stuff like that. So I got to put the corner jacks on, a little bit of touch-up paint, and then we're going to be good to go. I guess I can show you guys the interior real quick of the cargo area, how the batteries are set up. I found these little cushions for these pillows on Amazon. Let's see. And my wife's still wanting to decorate in here, so we still got a good bit of stuff left to do. But I pull the cushions down, and then this opens up. I got a little sawdust in there I got to clean out. But you can see how nice and neat everything worked out. Now it's kind of a cluster up here because it's built in the nose, and I could only reach so far when I was wiring in the Renogy. Let me turn the, let's see, was it cargo? Yeah, there we go. Now I got some light. I got a KingPin light mounted on this back wall. Here's the water tank. I've got the solar hookup ran to the breaker already, so all of this is ready to go. I haven't installed the solar on top of the tent yet. That's still to come. But when I do, all I got to do is come in here, and it'll literally just plug up right there, and I'll be good to go. That little bit of wires back there is just tied out of the way for him. Water's installed, tanks installed, water pump, water heater. I hear the rain coming. I'm fixing to have to back it back under. The solar hookup, the aux beam fuse panel, we got all that wired up. The dual batteries, I've got so much. These are dual 314 amp hour batteries, so 628 amp hours of power for this little tiny camper, which we'll be able to camp for days off grid with that. And the AC works on this thing so good. I can turn the AC on. Yeah, here's the rain. Let me turn this power off. I can turn the AC on, and within, I don't know, 5 minutes, depending, if it's 90 degrees outside, I think it was when we turned it on and tested it, it was down to 60s inside the camper within like 5 minutes. So that's how efficient that little thing is. If you remember, I insulated, sorry I'm holding the camera like this, I'm trying to lock this thing up because the rain's coming down now. If you guys remember, I insulated the crap out of this thing when I built it. It's completely welded. There's very little wood. The only wood, there's no structural wood. The only wood that I really used was for the walls, and everything, all the wood that's in there will be getting painted, but there's no structural wood. Everything built for structure is all welded 1x1 square tubing. And I was really hoping to pop this tent up, but I don't think the storm's gonna let me, guys. It's raining on and off on me right now, and I think the biggest storm is coming through right here. See how nice it is over here? Well, this is headed my way right now. And I think by the time I get this tent popped open and the awning set up, it's gonna come a turd floater. But I really just wanted to do a quick update video. This isn't gonna be the last one. I think the next one you guys are gonna see is gonna be actual camping. I'm gonna hook it up. We're gonna take it to a place in Northeast Alabama I've been wanting to go to for a while. I think it'll be a good place to give you guys a full walk around of how my little tunnel works, getting in and out of the tent, how I cut the hole into the tent. Everything is ready to go. The only thing that's not ready on the inside of the tent is where I cut the hole out for the hatch. This hatch that goes up and down right here, it goes straight through the mattress. So instead of having the mattress where I had to fold the mattress out of the way to get in and out of the tent, I cut a square the same size out of the mattress, and I'm gonna have it sewed up. That's the only thing I hadn't done. You can see the foam where I cut it, but I'm gonna have that center section sewed up on both of them, the little new square that I cut out and the actual mattress. That way when we push it up, we can set it to the side, climb in, drop it back down over the hole, and then sleep in the tent normally, you know, with no hole in the way or nothing we got to fold up and get out of the way. And I think it'll work really good. And I've always got the other ladder back here if I need to get in and out from the outside. If you guys remember this Pivot Master X90, it's awesome. It pops right out and turns into a ladder, and you can literally just use it to get in and out of the tent, which we probably won't use it that much. That'll be for if I don't want to disturb my wife or somebody inside and I just need to quickly get into the tent. All right, we just beat the rain. I'll talk to you guys for just a bit on where I've been before we end the video. Let me get out of this water. So where have I been? It's been, for those of you, who follow along, it's been what, 2 months, maybe 7 weeks, six, 7 weeks, maybe even 2 months. I'm not sure. My daughter got married. Her and my new son-in-law, they just had a big wedding, and obviously that was a big deal. They were storing stuff here, and if you've ever had a daughter get married, it's kind of a big deal. So I took some time off to help with that. Of course, I got to give my daughter away. Love my son-in-law. He is awesome. Such a blessing to be part of our family now, and to have him with my daughter, I absolutely love it. Couldn't be happier. So I took some time off, for that. And then also for work, every year where I work, I have to shave my face. I have to shave my beard. And when I shave my beard, I don't like filming because I don't want to film myself without a beard. It's finally starting to grow back a little bit. But I even had to, I was beardless, mostly beardless for the wedding. I had to shave, and then I had like a 3-week-old beard for the wedding. So I still didn't look normal in the wedding pictures, but it don't matter. That was all about her anyway. The wedding was great. It turned out wonderful, and we just had a good time. And then I was also doing some stuff while I was letting my beard grow. And after the wedding, I did a lot of stuff to the Chevy. It's running and driving now, as you can tell. Let me show you guys. I got the 35s installed this week. How cool is that? I didn't mean to touch the zoom. There we go. I ended up going with the Coopers. I'll show you guys really quick. The interior turned out amazing. I finally got the door jambs in. Getting close to paint. I've got the new vintage gauges installed, which they turned out awesome too. Check them out. How cool is that? If you guys can remember what this truck looked like when I brought it home, you can really appreciate how it looks now. I've got the retro sound stereo installed. Where is it at? Right here. It's amazing. I've been driving this thing all week. There's still some bugs I got to work out. As you can tell, I added a mechanical oil pump gauge down here. Even though I got this brand new, very expensive one, my oil pressure was throwing me off a little bit, and I hit panic mode, and I just went from digital to that this week so I could keep an eye on it. And then, next up is going to be, of course, the body work, but I still got some kinks to work out. I got an oil leak. I got to figure out where it's coming from, and just little stuff like that. But running and driving this thing, it's a beast. I mean, it is awesome. So anyway, that's what I've been working on. For those of you who care, I've seen a lot of the messages and comments. I just haven't had time to reply. A lot of people messaging me on Facebook asking me if everything was okay. Somebody said that I may have died or something like that, and I'm not dead, I promise. If I am dead and you're watching this, there's more issues than just me taking a little bit of time off YouTube. But truck, I've been working on the truck. My daughter got married. I shaved a beard, so that's all it was. Nothing major. I'm not sick. I'm not dying. I'm not in the hospital. Everything's good here, and we're going to get back on track very soon to builds. As soon as I'm finished with this camper build, my screen blacked out on me. Hold on, there it goes. As soon as I finish up this camper build with you guys, I've got another big project in store. Gaining on kind of hunting season at the end of this month. So this is the end of June right now. It's getting close to the end of June. I'm fixing to be installing a brand new product on my truck. I hate that lights like that. You guys are not going to want to miss it. If you recall, I've been running the Banger for, matter of fact, I've got this shirt on. Absolutely love the Banger camper shell, but I've taken it off recently, and right now I'm just running my Diamondback, but I've got something really unique on the way. It'll be here at the end of this month. I got to film a few promo videos for them with it, and then I'm going to upload a full, here it is, video for you guys. A full assemble, a full install. We're going to take it out, test it out. It's an actual all aluminum drop-in camper. It's not a topper. It's not a rooftop tent. It's not just a camper shell. It's a modular camper for the Toyota Tacoma. Drops right on. It's supposed to weigh less than a normal rooftop tent as well, which is a big plus for me. The lighter, the better. I've hated, having all that weight on the back of my truck for so long. That's why I kind of stripped everything down lately, because I've been driving the Tacoma more. And anyway, this new setup is going to be awesome. It's an all-in-one setup, so I'll be able to throw it on the back of the truck, have sleeping area, eating area, standing up, be able to change clothes area, all in the back of a short wheelbase Toyota Tacoma. So y'all, if you're interested in stuff like that, make sure you hit subscribe. If you're not subscribed and you're watching this and you've made it this far in the video, you're obviously interested in some of this stuff. So hit subscribe. You guys don't want to miss it. I've got more content coming soon, I promise. Took a little hiatus, but I'm back, and we're going to get the ball rolling again for you guys. So anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys next Monday at 6 o'clock. Peace. Almost forgot how to even end the video. It's been so long.